Greetings, Sir and Sirettes, and welcome back to Software Inc. with me, Lathrix, and welcome back to Laugh Towers, or Laugh Tower and Co. When we left off, we were doing exceedingly well. We had an immense amount of wealth, and I was just starting the next set of automation and releasing really, really bad games. So, against my normal judgment, because as we all know, I don't tend to do this, I find it kind of detracts from the enjoyment, I have actually looked up some things online just to ensure that I'm doing most of the right things, because at this stage, I would hate to fail. That would make me feel so damn bad for both you who have watched me through these episodes, and me, because of the fact we're doing so darn well. It turns out a few things I've learned. Number one, the automation process is not perfect. It's not meant to be perfect, and you will get bad results. Certain types of products are worse for this. OS is the most forgiving, whereas games are the least forgiving. And the reasons are this. The leader will randomly select options. It's almost completely randomized with a slight favourance for bad choices, which means a good 50% plus of your results from automation are going to be of poor quality purely because of the choices. Following this, people will work less efficiently on the task in terms of they may finish the design phase, for instance, before they should really finish the design phase. And in faster builds, such as the gaming, this is very negative. So most likely, if you're going to automate gaming, you're going to get bad games, particularly in this kind of era where games are very difficult to do well, whereas OS is very easy to do well, making it worse. So I think I will have to actually just keep these guys on games, just pumping out games, where, as one lovely commenter said, I've became EA, and yes, I've essentially became Electronic Arts. I have become pure evil, shamelessly. So, that leads me to an interesting conundrum. How much automation is really a good thing? Because clearly, once you get to a certain size, having a purely automated... I'm just going to speak theory for a bit here, because I need to kind of discuss my ideas before I get going, and me speaking to myself is pretty much the best idea for me to do this. So how much automation is good? Because obviously if we automate too much and make too many crappy games and such, that will eventually hurt our reputation. Thankfully, it isn't actually that bad if you do make bad games. It takes quite a few bad games to truly harm your reputation. So that won't really be too bad. As long as it's making money, which I believe they have been doing. Let's go on releases. And the latest... Now, first of all, game engines make almost no money. So that's an issue we need to address. Whereas games do make money. Even terrible games like this one made me almost $1 million over the course of its short lifespan. It's only been here for like half a year. So games make money. Also, games tend to do better when spammed, whereas things like operating systems do very poorly. So, second of all, it turns out software being available for an OS and such, currently, in this early alpha build, do not affect the popularity of the OS at all. There is no correlation and no actual distinction. The game does not take that into account at all, meaning waiting to release products is pointless. Completely pointless. In the same way of flooding the market for competitors is not completely implemented in the truest sense yet. Last thing is about the automation process, and this is something a few people have brought up, and I do wish to discuss myself. It's about how you can automate a group and just have that one group, as in, if we go into the automation tab with, let's say, development, if I wanted to, I wouldn't have to click the dev team, the development team. Of course, development team is alpha and onwards, as is shown by the fact after the design phase is done, it'll go to the dev team, which is currently this. You can, of course, just have it on this group if you are willing to have programmers stuff in here. Now, here's a problem, which I didn't realise again until learning. There's a reason why my people are getting 300% plus efficiency. It's because they're getting breaks on a regular basis, but not for too long. If you have one group always working, I'm guessing that's broke? Yeah, it's coming overpowered. Actually, a lot of them overpowered, but no, that's fine. Why has it been left on? Anyway, that's not the point. If you have everyone working in one section, even if the person's not, let's say, a designer, will only do the design job, and he's not designing during the programming job, he still counts as being part of an active group, and thus fatigue will still play a part. Also, I just realised the window's been open, so most likely you've been hearing wind noises. My apologies. So that they will slowly fatigue. As they fatigue, their percentage efficiency goes lower. Admittedly, it won't really go below 100% because they're still having mini breaks, but it's still a big deal. Also, HR, which I need to start doing soon with the leaders, is really important when it comes to being... It's better to have a specific main role in a group because the secondary role isn't trained for very well at the moment with the AI. So it is definitely better. If you're looking for having a really big kind of thing to have two groups, I'm thinking perhaps in the future if I want to do something small or less often, there's a big thing. Because some things I don't want to flood the market because of redundancy. So there is a certain factor of like OSs, for instance, along with visual tools and game engines, have a bigger depreciation value, so if you have too many of them, there's a much bigger diminishing return. So, with all that being said, let's continue. I'm going to put this group back on its original job, which was... Of course, where are you? Games. So, where are you, my lovely dev game? There we are. So, dev game here is going to automate and go back to doing this, and they're going to be making... if it actually scrolls the way up there, brilliant. Games, enable... There we go. So they're going to go back to making games as soon as their next game engine's finished. Also, there's a bit of a bug at the moment where marketing isn't shown, and that's absolutely fine. They are still working. I might sure to check. So So the question is really, where do we go from here? Well, first of all, we're rich. So the first thing I'm going to do is put even more money into the insurance, just because at very minimum is interest. Second of all, once it hits the year 2000, which is very soon, I'm going to destroy HiveMind. HiveMind is no longer going to be a thing. Helper Monkey will just stay there for a while, and I'll build an... I've decided I'm going to go out of the distribution channels, just in terms of my software and such, because it turns out the reason why so many things keep staying broken is because the janitors, who have now been renamed, by the way, as maintenance, as you can see here, do this all the time, even if they're not really that damaged, and this takes up too much of their time, meaning the actual broken bits and bobs around the place don't get fixed, because they only have so many hours in a day. So we would have to hire so much maintenance to keep our servers running, it would actually be a loss rather than a gain in terms of the distribution channel. Okay, so look, the game's pretty terrible. Oh, well, the last engine's good at least. They're actually on a game now, so most likely that's going to be absolutely freaking terrible, but there we go. Yeah, there's the mess. It's because of the year, more than anything, it's because of the year and the things available aren't very good. It's very difficult to make a good game in, well, pre-1990. The reason why there's a loss there is just because of the deposits. So, really there's not much to do until we get going. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to, very soon, make my own OS, because they do make more money if you do it manually. So we're going to cancel that, and we're going to make our own OS, and that's going to be worth a hell of a lot more. So we do need a group like this to be consistent. So what I'm thinking is, we'll make another huge group to make small or medium operating systems, and while they're doing that, we'll manually handle development and programming, those two groups, and that's what we're going to do. So operating system, oh actually I may as well, it'd be best if I waited until 2000, because in 2000 I think we get 3D graphics, which is going to be a really big thing. So never mind, we're going to go straight back into automation for the old development team. So enable, get back to work. Yes, and there's another thing as well. Automation is actually faster than manual in terms of how fast they make the products, and that's another reason why you may want to do automation in a large scale. Well, once you've got a huge company, honestly, you're going, like I said, you're going to need automation, because it would take forever to set up every last bit of software you want. But diversity is a big thing, and smaller groups, I think. So I am actually going to have a group or two with the mixture kind of thing, with programmers and developers, even if it is more cost inefficient and the HR isn't as good, just because I want slow builds for audio tools and for visual tools. There we go, and I'll accept everyone. Wow, 9 million profit there. There we go, yep, everyone gets their raise, that's absolutely fine. So contract's been renewed, and let's see why. Yeah, they really don't like games. The games have been terrible, like, consistently. And they're all in poor... That one's horrible quality. You see, the quality actually varies. But funnily enough, it's made us 200,000 its first month. Okay, December, it's the last month now before we start doing some other stuff, so let's get going. Everybody work. Do we need more cleaners? I think we might need more cleaners. Yeah, we definitely need more cleaners, okay. So let's hire those. So let's go with managed staff and hire one more maintenance, one more cleaner, and we'll call IT support. Oh wait, no, we don't need to call IT support because we're going to change all the computers as well in 2000 to the modern computers. Ooh, fancy. There we go, and there we are. It's now January 1999, which means there should be something amazing. Oh no, we get I thought we had 3D graphics. Okay, so apparently all we have is some HD audio, which means I think that's just gonna use. Yeah, that's actually fine. So we also caught it a good time because it means we can stop the large operating system and the game, and we're going to manually do both just for now. So first of all, operating system. Do I want to keep using my lovely operating system known as Lathos? Wow, just so many operating systems now to our name. So we're on Lathos 8 now, aren't we? Yes, we are. Okay, so Lathos 8. 678, there we go. We want it to be using the helper monkey. And then we're going to be putting it into development. And we want... Obviously, we want the graphical use... Oh, there is 3D rendering. Okay, then there's going to be an issue. We're going to need to educate people in 3D. I'll let them start it. Because if we put them in... Obviously, HD audio is better, so it goes lowest quality, second quality, third quality. Okay. I mean, obviously, yeah, we'll let them start because they can do some of this stuff, but I'll schedule them all to go through some. Yes, I do. I'll schedule them all right now to go through some training. So let's go manage teams, and I want to go to development, which of course is this one here. Probably someone's retired. See, here's the problem. People keep saying, Lathis, keep looking to the left. The problem is, these go by so fast, and there's so much happening each time. It's easy to get lost in them, because I don't know names. There's too many names, so all this means nothing to me. It's like, this person's gone on vacation. So it's probably someone who's retired, or something in development, or in whatever. As long as they have a leader. You see, there's the thing. What I'm going to put leader in for now is Oh, you already have HR management. That's actually fine, then. So, as long as the leader doesn't get... now I'm confuzzled. Development, employees, leader, educate. You're apparently already good at HR management, which means you should be HR manageable, unless, of course, you are currently on... Okay, good, Geordie. Okay, so, essentially, if someone's doing HR management, like I say, it's more efficient when there's all the same kind of group. They'll actually hire people if they need people, so they'll actually replace people who leave. So, well, yeah, but for now we need to do this. So, designers. Also, I just realised we don't need artist as secondary. What we'll need is leadership as secondary, because that's the only two kind of people we have in here, is designers and leaders. That's all we have. So, there you go, secondary is leader. So what we need to do, if we can find them, is you. And I'm just going to pop all of these people on these. So I'll just do one or two, and I'm just going to show you. I'm just going into that, show you, going to designer, and then into 3D. And we're going to put every single person on that, and for 3 months. So I'll just do that with dev. Okay, so that was the last person. Just checked me. Yep. So all of development is going on training as of next month. So to finish that off, in programming, you want to do the exact same, except for obviously all we're going to be changing is programmer 3D, programmer, and then the artist's obviously the same thing, but for artist 3D. So obviously there's a lot we need to do. It's a good job we caught this before we started actually trying to produce it, because if we let them go for too long, that'd have caused some issues. So programmer this time. Oh, please don't say I just put you through. Oh, I just put one of them into art class. Well done me. Doesn't really matter too much, honestly. Leader and 3D, which yep, I want you to go for HR management, and finally for the last artist. There we go, all in 3D. It doesn't really matter if one person doesn't know how to 3D code, because honestly, it only took up like about 10% of the actual need of the goods, so whatever. It'll be fine. Actually, one thing. Did I? Yeah, good. I've made sure they're all programmers, because if there's artists, yeah, you can mix up. Okay, so that's all those on training from next week. Now, so let's see how game does then. So, we want the next one to be a game. We'll be calling it 3D Laugh. 3D Laugh. Ah, yes, 3D Laugh. Laugh with laugh. Laugh with laugh. Laugh with laugh. Laugh with laugh. As in laugh, but with an accent. No. Laugh with laugh. There we go. Help a monkey, and doesn't need a server because it's not a web-based game. Operating system. Whichever one is the most popular, honestly, we'll just go with as usual. There we are. Hopefully it's one of our large ones. Good. All of these are our large, so just go with this one then. OS coverage is quite low though. Wow, yeah, we have too many OSs at the moment. So, see, and therein lies the problem with OSs sometimes. If you're going to automate it, that is. Wow, still a oh, I hate this. It resets every freaking time, and it's so irritating. If I have this on by date, let me have it. Also, why is it default to that way around? It makes it so much harder to actually see what the hell's going on. Do we get all the popular ones? Good, so we're just doing the trendies now, I guess. Holy crap. Okay, back in a second, I've sorted all these out. Well, sir and sirettes, I may have ran into why our games are actually such low quality. It turns out we have no game engines for any of the more recent OSs. Now that could be the problem, because it means that their default choosing may mean that we're choosing very outdated operating systems, and therefore we are actually using very outdated kind of text-based things rather than 2D and 3D. So what I think instead now what best for us to do is for now put these guys back on automation. I'm hoping it doesn't affect them in terms of actually no, we'll put them into training. So manage teams. And obviously we're going to no manage teams, not people. Okay, so yeah, so we're going to put all the employees in dev game and such also into training so they can do 3D, and then we'll just wait until everyone comes back from training, and then we'll have to make them wait again. So they're going to have a bit. So they'll actually get 2 lots of training. So we're going to make these 2 groups actually very very educated until I have released for Lathos 8. Now Lathos 8 is where I'm going to make a new game engine of the highest quality, and therefore also do some games for it. So hopefully we'll start picking that, and that will actually kind of force the quality of our games to be higher, so that we can pump out games with some chance of good quality games coming through. So that may have been the big problem. So I'm just going to do exactly what I did last time and just put all of these devs into design and 3D. Okay, so I just finished off the dev games. Now we're over into programmer game. This time we're doing the artists first, so we don't end up screwing up like we did before. And of course, just putting them into 3D art, and then we're going to do the leader after that to make sure they can do HR. Since I don't need them to be automated, and finally we're just going to go through all the programmers and yet again 3D. Also, we should. It probably hasn't done any real thing, but we should do it. We should make all the programmers in the programming section dedicated programmers, just to make sure they don't try to do any of the art. Now that won't actually lower the quality because they tend not to be very fast. In fact, they're so slow. As long as there are artists actually working, their influence on the overall art will be minimum and not even seen. It's just a matter of they're going to do nothing during that stage, which is really, really stupid. All educated. Excellent, excellent. So, it's now 1990 as well, so we have nothing really else to do. Right now, I'm tempted to cancel this OS because... No, we'll let them work on it to start off with. So the Lathos 8 is now being worked on by the design team. However, as you can see, the 3D section isn't actually being moved on, which means it's going to stop it there. And stopping after system. Okay. All good? All gone? Good. Okay, so now we do this. Select the computer, go to select all furniture, and upgrade. Boom! Hell yeah. Modern computers, so it's modern computers. When you apparently when you first upgrade, sadly, you see, this I don't like guides. A lot of the excitement and things have kind of gone now. So I made sure to kind of stop reading after a while. But all these things I'm upgrading, when you first upgrade them, because you don't really need to when they first come out, is actually a huge boon. You'll get a big benefit in terms of speed and even a little bit of a quality increase in terms of how they work. However, as time progresses, that bonus goes less and less and less, as it's the expected in the marketplace. So that's kind of that. So it'll be nice for all. Still think we need another. No, yeah, we need yet another cleaner. So it's a higher, for not too expensive. So here you go, another cleaner of maintenance. So now comes the time to destroy the hive mind. In fact, I'm tempted just to grab all these and destroy all of them at once. I think that'd be best. Yep. Goodbye. Okay, so the game kind of semi-crashed and eventually worked. So that's good. Distribution we're going to take offline. That will hurt our reputation, but it won't be for too long. And honestly, right now we're waiting for people to come back from training anyway, so it doesn't really matter too much. Okay, so select all furniture and once again delete. Most likely going to cause this it probably won't cause the same amount of problem because yeah, those were servers and servers were doing things. So the new server should be unlocked. Oh, God, so there we go. Now we don't need as many this time. Yeah, we shouldn't need as many as last time, just because these should be more powerful, and we're not going to actually have a distribution channel. So there we are. We're just going to have it as a singles, maybe a couple of servers, so each group has their own. No, we'll just have one server. It's fine for now. I mean, I'm sure it's probably more efficient to have multiple servers going and server groups going, but for now I'll just keep it as that. And I think this will be more than big enough for our Amiga usage. So wiring mode. And let's do some stuff. I wish I could grab multiple to do this, because this does kind of take forever, it must be said. I don't know why I'm doing it that way. That was very odd. I was going like skipping one then another one. So these are the new servers, and they look nice. I mean, like proper server towers rather than that random kind of. Oh, I was hoping I could do that and I can make them all elongated instead, have a nice pattern to them rather than that straight line it's going to have now. I guess that was nicer, but not by much. So I'll call this one Helper something. Helper Spider. There we go. Spider Soft. Spider Soft. Slave all the servers. There we go. Everyone's happy. Particularly me. Okay, so build mode and manage servers. And this new server is the only server, and it shall be called Helper Spider. Renamed. There we go. Oh crap, I just thought this one's actually. Okay, yeah, we're just going to cancel our operating software because they were actually storing their software on this. Now, I don't think that would actually really have done much of a problem since that. Wow, we're already back at 5. No, 6 stars rather. Although it's a problem, it really only affects the programming, so Alpha Plus kind of area, so it wasn't too bad. That's 1 month gone, then we go to the next month. Our profits, of course, will slowly wane because, well, we're not releasing any new software, so the only profit we're getting is from old. I thought all the marketers. Or even marketing these days, I don't even get it. It's still costing me, not by much, but it's still costing me. It seems to be background marketing some of the older stuff, I suppose. I guess that makes sense. So what we're doing, straight away get into making the new mega operating software. At the same time, retrain again these two groups, make them better, and then make a game engine for the new OS, since you can't make it until it's out, of course. Then that'll be that. So this will be the last month now of no one here. So your electronics being. I wish you could see more detail. If you click it, it just removes it. Location. So I mean, all that text there just blurs to me. I understand why it's there, and of course you need it, but it's just there we go. And I'm not sure how you can make it more intuitive, but it's just to me it seems almost useless. Okay, so let's manage teams and have a quick look see at development and there we go. Look at our overall stats now. That's fantastic. Okay, so pause and let's start making the new Lathos. So original P, no thank you. Lathos, there we go. 567. So, Lathos. Why don't I look and attach that one? I really should have that spec. Anyway, that's not important. What's important is graphic user interface, 3D rendering, plug and play rather than keyboard, multitasking, multi-threading, networking, and HD audio along with quality assurance. Jeez, this is going to take a while. So, development and go. It's quite small because it's not taking into account the fact I've split the group into two. Because it recommends 15, add them both together. We've got the right amount of group. So that, after they've had their meeting, is going to take some time. Never mind, we're amazing. Good. Great, even. Oh, that's brilliant. It's great, and it's really innovative. That's the big thing, though. So we're going to put as much time as possible. There we go. So we develop it, which means now we send it over to programming. Fantastic. They'll start work. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly skip ahead now because I'm going to put these groups back into training. So dev game and prog game. I'm going to look at their weaknesses. So for dev game, I'm going to go into 2D and audio, and for programming, 2D and audio. Sorry, 2D and network, and a bit. So I'll do a bit of mixed education, which takes forever to sort out. Also, need to start doing the HR stuff. So you're going to programming secondaries artist. There we go. That's fine. You can now do HR as well. You are developer, so designer. Secondary is lead. You are part of what group? You are programming. Okay, so enable HR. I'll probably increase the budget as well in a bit. So programming and artist, that would be correct. Correct. That actually makes it a bit bigger. That'll make a lot more sense. And finally, development. You've already got HR sorted. Okay, so back in a second, I'll put all these guys into education. Okay, so that's everyone now going for their training. But there is a big thing I have just realised, which is actually quite a big concern to me, and that's the following. So I was talking about how we need the game engine for the OS, because at the moment the big issue is with the older OS, so with the newer OSs, because we're coming out of them so quickly, even like this one. There we are. Game engine, let's just go with them up. Just game, and then game engine. So we have all these game engines to choose from. However, when we choose one of the newer OSs, that's what I was trying to say there, the biggest issue is the fact suddenly there's less. Now, all these are new, by the way. These weren't available a second ago, but actually, no, they are still available, but they weren't from us. Now, the big issue here is, as you can see, there's less choice. And as we keep going, keep on making new OSs, we have to keep going back in OSs, which is not a good thing. Same goes for visual tools, and same goes for audio tools. So, a lot of these are actually available to the OS. That's interesting. Perhaps it's because I was just using so many OSs, but you get the idea anyway. The big problem is, as we go for the newer OSs, not every single one is actually compatible, so we have to kind of backwards be compatible, which is kind of weird. These are the newer ones we've made, and they actually do work with them, which is nice. But the newest one we're making, because obviously LathOS VII isn't actually that new, it's one of the older ones, and already I'm showing that this one was made in 1987, and it loses almost half of the choice we have. As I keep going with the newer and newer ones, that's when the actual issues actually come into play. If I choose pen and stuff like that, then it becomes even less. You get the idea. It's a little bit bad. Particularly, let's say, can this use 3D rendering? None can use 3D rendering. And right there is the actual issue. When this one comes out, we're going to need something that can use 3D rendering. And that's the problem. We don't have that. But the same goes for visual tools, like 3D editors, because we need that to make a good game. Same goes for audio tools. So we are actually going to need all three of these to be compatible with the level of the new OS, because this new OS is going to be the best OS that is available on the market. So if we want to make a good game, we need all three of these to be compatible with this and be as good as this, which means if we're going to automate this process, we are going to need at least 3 more teams. At least once a year. So what I'm going to do is when these guys are back from training, because obviously you can't even make anything for here now, we're going to manually start making all 3 of those things and going in a cycle, meaning that at least once a year, we go through a new visual, a new audio, a new game engine, and a new game. Eventually we'll get things like antiviruses as well. I'm not sure if we can make antiviruses yet, can we? Oh, we can make antiviruses, yes. which of course is like extra. So many things we need to sort out. So it's going to be a bit of an astonishing feat of luck, and I'm going to wait one more month to release this just so I get the marketing done. So profit was only 27,000 next since we've released almost nothing quite some time now. System is still struggling. So next time we do education system, it's just how much system is normally needed. Okay, good enough. Promote into beta. It's finished, and then we'll release it. We'll market it. Of course, we'll put it into core as soon as I put all these in. Yes, and give that to core. There we go. So it's released. Can we now develop software for it already? That's the big thing. So the visual tool comes first, because visual tools aren't dependent on anything. That's the big thing there. So there you go, with Lathos 8, it's going to be popular soon, because obviously it hasn't actually been released a full month yet. So we're going to go with 3D editor, along with image editing, along with quality assurance, making it a really, really, really powerful visual tool. And we're going to, of course, put it after the Lathi, because Lathi is my baby. Did we actually have a Lathi 2 in the end? Oh, we had a Lathi 4. So, yep, sure, Lathi 5. So this is going to be amazing, full 3D action and everything. So that, of course, is going to development straight away. There we go. Also, because we're doing it manually, it means once development's done, we can put another one into development, even if that means, well, we're being kind of mean to them and not actually giving them much of a break. Oh wait, no, we need this finished first, because all the other things are going to be dependent on it, because the audio does need a visual tool. Next day, how much did we make? 2 million, not bad. So for one thing, yeah, we highly recommend it. It does it justice. So after 1 month, it's made a ridiculous amount of profit all on its own, which is fantastic. Hopefully the new group will come back soon. The other group, rather. So the visual tool is about to be finished. As soon as that's released, we'll put the next thing in. 3D, man. The thing is, I've just trained them all up in 3D, and honestly speaking, they're not poorly trained. Just it takes a while. So another month. There we go. So most likely, probably what I'll do is, I'll do this like once a year, almost like on a schedule. Is once I've done the full 3 set, so promote to beta, and release. Yes, we'll market it, because why not? And that'll go to core, obviously, our only thingy group at the moment, marketing group. So next, then we need an audio tool. So develop software and audio tool. You know what? I'm going to call it the Lath ear. I've just decided I'm going to call it the Lath ear. So it's going to be a new thing. Completely Lath ear. Ear. Operating system, I'll only put it on the new one because it's the best one available in the world at the moment. Because it's better quality and larger than that one. So yep, we'll go with that one, Lathos. And we'll use the visual tool, which has just came out, which is our release, of course, which is for Lathi 5. There we go. So Lathia is going to be outstanding. It's not very innovative, but it's going to be of extreme quality. Into development, and go. Nice, that's all I want to see, nice and quick. So now assign it over to programming, develop it into alpha. I'm letting these guys have a break for now, because it's too much. I'm trying to figure out all this stuff right now, and I really don't have enough patience to sort all out. So alpha, going to beta, come on, release it today, please. Oh, damn it. Next day. More profits, yay. There you go, release. Sure, market that as well. Then I'll stop marketing for the other things, so core. And I'll stop these two. So next then, now, finally, we're going to make a good game. See, I finally got this sorted, so game engine. And it's going to be called, I don't know, just something, high res. Like res, like resurrect, because people say res rather than with an S, because they do, because it's cool. And obviously we're going to be using the amazing OS known as Lathos. We better have made more money than them. Oh yes, we have. God, that's made 4 million so far. That's fantastic. So this is the game engine. We want it to be 3D rendered, obviously. HD audio. We want networking. We want scripting. We want joystick support. We want quality assurance, and it's going to the devs. Then once that's done, we can finally make a game. Develop, and we're going to put that, obviously, assign it to programming, because they can actually program. Believe it or not, programming is good programming. Then once that's done, we'll start pumping out games and see if we actually get good games, including doing a manual one as well. Okay, promote it to beta. Fixed. Good. It's done by today. Sure, market it as well. Start campaign. Obviously going to put it into core. There we go. Again, certain softwares, certain kinds of software just make absolutely no money whatsoever. Things like the visual tools about being popular, and it's great, it still made us a loss. Same with the game engine, they're not here for money, they're there to add software to our stuff. So now, finally, develop software, LathQuest Reborn. It's not even going to be a sequel to its own thing, but it's just called that. We're going to be operating system, we're going to be a game, we're going to... do you want to make it a thing? No, because the last few LathQuests have been terrible. And we're going to add only our OS, which of course is Lathos. Even though that'll have a lower OS coverage, I don't really care too much, because that's our own fault for flooding everything. The game engine, of course, is going to be high-res, because that's amazing, because we did that well. We're going to use a visual tool, which of course will be us again, which is the Lath i5. And finally the audio tool, which again, the best one possible, which is the Lath ear. Look, all the options we get just because none of those are there before. None of those are there before. AI, multiplayer, joystick support, QA. Both of them are going to be on a helper spider. And there we go. It's going to be like the best game ever made ever. And it's going to go into development. Develop. At the same time, we're going to go into teams, manage teams. We're going to go into dev team, dev game, automation. We're going to make a game. We're going to make a medium game because that'll force it to use our products. I will start that as well. Although they still have to finish that crappy game, so I'll throw that out first. There we go. So now they're both making medium, so hopefully even the automated game will be of a decent quality. Although it definitely won't be able to match up to this one. Also, they haven't got enough... Honestly, we haven't got enough manpower to make that, so I'll possibly go back into small games. So develop, so we're in that. Assigning it to programming now, so they can finish it off. You see, manual is better. Manual is better for so many reasons. But automated means you can get people like these guys just constantly pumping out crap for us without us having to really consider what we're doing. Also just thought, are we even using the right servers? No, we're not. Okay, that didn't help us, so there we go. Helper monkey, help spider, there we go. Which hopefully can handle both teams. Oops, daisy. Handle both teams. Oh god, we're still in wiring mode, aren't we? Ah! Oh yeah, we're at 8%, that's fine. 3D artists are struggling? Really? It's the artists? Honestly, our artists are pretty good in that group. So quick, like, wow, they beat us. The automated team beat us. What's wrong with my artists? Unless we're on holiday, perhaps. Well, you're an artist. Do I have another artist anywhere? No one else is working, so... Oh, okay, I think one of my artists is either on vacation or has left us. So we'll wait until next month to see if they appear. They're now making a small game. Why are they changing over to small games now? We've got to skip ahead. Let's see how that game they made came out. Okay, nothing exciting with one of them, and the other one was good. Okay. Okay, so now I have two artists working. That's what's slowing us down because while that work was going on, we should have been doing that work as well, but we wasn't. I mean, we could do it now, but I think because this is my big thing. Wow, we are making like 2 games a day with the automated service, which is not making us much money, by the way. They're okay games. They have some cutting edge features. Well, it's okay. I mean, there's no harm in that. I mean, what we could... Why did they jump back to small game? I don't get that. Medium game. So, throw that out. Small game again. Unless there are already new options for games in the OS. Oh, is that done? Yes, done. Finally, beta and release and pause time and market and all of these things, and do that, and that goes to core, and we're really hoping that makes us some serious cash. If it does, I'll be very pleased. If not, oh well. At least we're making decent games at the moment. Even if they are small games, the games are actually making us at least a few thousand each, which is paying for that group by a long shot. And oh, please done well. Lathcus Reborn is another brilliant release from LathCorp, and let's have a quick look-see just to see how well it actually went. Wow, the quality of our other games are bad. Again, the automation process is bizarre. It can do really good games like that, and then for no reason it can drop. It's just how it works, sadly. The profit for all of them have been good, though, other than that medium there, which hasn't had a day yet to actually make cash, which is our new popular game, which is one we just made. Hopefully we'll make some money next month, though. Okay, so I think it's back to making OSs then. Well, it's been another year, so I think it's about time we kind of redo the cycle and just keep these guys here making crappy-ass games for all eternity. Although I do want to wait one more month just to see what actually goes on. I guess then we might as well start with a new OS, so we don't want to make it open source, obviously, because we want the cash, because honestly the OS makes more money than anything else. And in the future, when this game gets patched, the actual game we're playing gets patched, we will need all the software and everything, you know, to make sure our things are popular. So Lathos is still the newest one available, and we are going to call it Lathos. So it would be IX, wouldn't it? If it's so that's 9. Okay, is there anything new? 3D rendering, plug and play. That's all same. Okay, it's all the same stuff. That's fine. And we're going to put it into dev. There, and of course we're going to put it into helper spider. There we go. Yes, it's quite small. That's because I've split them into 2 because of efficiency reasons. Well, we just burn through operating systems. Like, we can make an operating system in a day. Almost. I mean, soon system. Yeah, it's done. I mean, it's more than done actually. So, develop, and we're going to promote it. I didn't press that then. Please don't say to press that. Good, I didn't. Oh my god, I almost pressed. I was going to press and I held it down. I was like, that's not right, is it? No. Give it over to programming. Then the artists can do their work. You see, that's how it's meant to go last time. But there was one of the 2 artists on holiday. So we got reviewed. New game, big whoop. So all the games now at least aren't terrible, because before it was like, this is a pile of crap. Now it's like, these are actually half decent, and the reason why they're that is because they're coming out of the automated service. Also, we're making them in such high amounts that people don't really care. So that's also something you have to take into. There you go. Look, one of our new games was mediocre. You see how random this is? It can be mediocre, it can be bad, but it's making us money. It's making us a lot more money than they are costing us per month. Because per month, I think their overall salary is about 5,000 each. So less than 100,000. They're making 280,000 on their first month of each one. Oh, there we go. Promoting to beta. And releasing the new OS. And yes, we will market it. And unmarket the last one. And all these get marketed. And that goes to core. And that'll be our final thing for today, I think. So, let's skip ahead. In time and space. There we go. And click. 3 million. Yep. OSs do well. Yeah, that's our big catch. So what I think we need to do then is, now we've got everything sorted to this level, we need to get different groups doing different things. If we're going to try to go for a full automated, you see, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to keep everyone on automated, including visual tools and such. The only thing I'm not going to keep automated is the OS, because as long as we have a really, really, really high-end OS for all the other groups to work off, eventually they will automatically build good things. So if we keep, particularly with how fast they build, keep them all building the largest thing they can. I don't understand why that's gone back to medium, sorry, to small, when I had it as medium a second ago. Perhaps if I put it in large, it might go to medium. Doesn't really matter too much, honestly. The important thing is, we've got it now. And now we've got it, we can keep our quality high, and as long as we keep our quality high, we can start making some serious money. So next time, so when we're back next time, in episode, I think, perhaps 11, a load of recording stuff, pre-recorded stuff, I'm going to make sure we have automated on everything. So it's going to be complete automation and some serious money grubbing. So thank you for watching Certain Threats. If you've enjoyed this episode, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all good stuff, help out me, help out the channel, and make sure that Software Inc. is a series that continues on the channel. Thank you for watching, have a lovely day, and goodbye.